They have a timing up cat here after this molly fades, fading past the smoke, but I don't know if they're gonna risk going through.
Oh yes, they are. That's a nice shot from Serum over the edge, and Flash is not able to connect there. Luke taking minimal damage as he gets up there. 2v1 and Sweet Tea. Yep, he has to just save the AK one more time. Maybe he goes and takes a gander at long to see if he can get a quick pick, but no kit, just the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, Holly Molly's desperate for a round win, so I kind of can see if that's the angle you're going for the buy here. But I mean, realistically, Omu could have opted up, or Flash ET could have hero rifled, and he could have half bought all around it, and still been able to reasonably buy into this round with an op and 4 rifles. I think, you know, with that was a questionable buy, but like I said, when you're down a lot of rounds, you kind of have to make a desperation play. And the only round they won was a Scout Beagle round, so.
Yeah, well, the Scout's out again. They got 4 rifles, but Larry with no utility, Omu with no utility.
Yeah, the full lost buy, M4 light armor buy, no util. That's a tilt buy. You're just like, I'm gonna go take some aim duels because we're getting crushed.
Well, and unfortunately, it doesn't work out for him too because he keeps eating that shot through the wall, or through the door, I should say, at mid. Because Sunk, meanwhile, is just absolutely feeling himself out here. Quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it feels kind of hopeless if you're a CT here. It's a minute 10, T's have long control. You have 2 mollies and a flash to your name and a bunch of rifles and nothing else you can really do. They're getting cute with the cat boost, but, I mean, Drugs and Pugs look pretty committed to this long take.
Well, and there's that molly going down. It's not really going to do much. He gets a little bit of space. Oh, he saw the head, but now swinging out. Sunk able to deliver, and Luke looking around. Yeah,
it's the right play if you're the T's.
Oh my God,
nice
Luke.
Shots, great shots. It's the right play if you're the CTs. You have limited util and no info, so you have to make a play somewhere. They throw him with the flash and see if they can have him get a couple kills, but it's too late at that point. The T's are already walked all the way up close, and they have an op posted holding for that. So not a whole lot you can do in that if you're a CT. You're just kind of doomed.
Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot Holly Molly can do anywhere in this one right now. Feels like,
and it looks like we're going or we're buying again. Or Omu is.
This is tilt, right?
Surely. Because you have 4 people buying down so they can buy next round. Then you have your opper running up mid and killing their opper with an M4. So.
That's the best start they've had. Unfortunately, they have the great read on Drugs and Pugs and are just heading B in response. So, yet another round going in their favor. Save some weird miracle happening to get this bomb defused. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Serum's going to find this lurk. And then Serum's going to turn his attention over here towards upper tunnels where he should be able to get one more, maybe a second. Okay, not able to connect that shot. So 3v2 actually. So Miracle on. And now Luke trying to give up the side of his head. Okay, they should be able to finish this up now. Spotted out Luke 4K with another 3K. That's why they call him Luke 4K, I think, is because he always gets a 3K.
Yeah, I mean, great reaction. They've been throwing those double nades upper B pretty much every round. So, you know, that was really quick. They noticed that they were running up mid, take a fight. And instantly, those guys just ran out B into an empty site. Great protocol from them, even though they went down early in numbers, didn't end up mattering. And again, we're going to go a whole CT half where Omu has had an op 2 rounds.
Would you... Okay, Sunk again.
And Sunk is opping people through the walls every round.
Yeah, I mean... It's nuts. That's a good hold from Flash ET. At least that gives him a chance here. 2 rounds would be better than 1 in your half. I know that's a pretty obvious statement, but
it's literally twice as many rounds.
It's literally twice as many rounds, and it just gives you that little tiny breathing room to try to get something going on the second half. So at least with numbers now. We've got Drugs and Pugs trying to figure out where they want to go. Ooh, have to be careful.
Should have heard that noise on Cat, too.
Yep. Did Omu do that on purpose, you think, to try to bait their attention this way?
I don't think. Maybe. He could have.
I doubt it.
I mean, again, you're at 45 seconds, and there's no smokes left on the CTs. You have 2 smokes and 2 mollies for the Ts left. So down numbers, but they have the util advantages late in the round. So if they can isolate this kill, this is going to be huge.
Okay. Omu doesn't die. Buys a little bit more time, but 30 seconds now. Smoke's going to go up on the catwalk. That's a good nade. Should give Larry the space to finish the job, but now sunk on the op. Here's help from Luke 4K, and suddenly it's a 2v2. And here comes
10 seconds.
Yeah, that's going to be the bomb down. Oh, yeah. Bomb.
They don't have an HE.
Bomb goes down. No HE. There is a kit, but only 2 flashes. Is this enough to get it done?
It might be. They moved fast on this double cat run, but this is going to be hard with limited util.
Okay, spotted. Now having to move quickly, but there's the car player, and Flashy T and Sweet T are able to secure the round, get the defuse. Holly Molly are going to get themselves a second. Doesn't feel like much, though, Cole. I mean, 10 rounds on T side, feel any side of any map in any half. I mean, just feels dominant.
I mean, you got 3 guys on Drugs and Pugs with double-digit kills. I mean, when you got people shooting hard, it's tough, and when you have some questionable economy choices as a CTs, you're not making your life any easier. So, but if Holly Molly can get this pistol round and the conversion, they're not far out of this one.
No, they are not.
Now I know the CTs feel like they were probably just money fucked that whole half, but
they kind of did
like
it to themselves at the beginning. Though.
Yeah, it felt like they weren't doing themselves any favors.
No, certainly not. But good presence down here at the bottom of tunnels. Clear that out. Get themselves some mid control. Hopefully set up for this mid to B pop. Although, in response, Drugs and Pugs, look at how close they're playing to mid here. They back away from it.
They're not afraid. Oh, they're going to play the flash pop in the mid here. It's going to be big.
Oh, but anti-flash played for Holly Molly. And now some spam through CT. Sunk's going to find one. They walk right into Absolute, who picks up a double. And walking up catwalk, it's just Larry Wick. Luke is able to find the long lurk. And maybe Larry can find one, but shots not hitting. And there it goes. That is Drugs and Pugs. Both pistol rounds going their way. And despite Holly Molly finding that silver lining of the final round of that first half, Drugs and Pugs look like they're ready to put Dust 2 to bed.
That's my goat, Absolute. I mean, they were trying to catch the CT rotator off guard when then the cat guy lurked up, and if they trade that CT guy, that's a different round. But Ross was ready, so good for him. I mean, that's a tough round if you're Holly Molly here. You just have to buy here no matter what, and playing a tough game.
Yeah, I think disrespect being shown now here by Drugs and Pugs as they march straight up mid, taking out everybody that stands in their way. Speaking of, it's just Sweet Tea. Okay, Tech 9, but now the knife's being shown.
We're knifing.
Okay, lots of disrespect being shown here in the playoffs.
Shoot a body, shoot a body.
That's the off-season shenanigans. Well,
I mean, what do you even say? It's just been the game it's been.
What do you?
If Holly Molly doesn't wake up soon, this might be a swift 2-0. We might end today in this calendar day.
We just might. We'll see if Drugs and Pugs can do it again. We got the hold now. Jay Breezy and Sunk and Luke now each picking up a kill. Holly Molly rebuffed, torn out of tunnels. The bomb alone on long here. Sweet Tea's going to get a beautiful pick over there, and Absolute is going to help out by making it a
Absolute
1v1.
TK.
Yeah, a little
TK.
TK there.
Honestly, it's just been one of those games, I think, for Holly Molly. They do a long pop and send two people upper B, and they do a long pop into a CT long hold, and go die upper B to an auto shotty and a double upper B push, and that is the game. Absolute with a clinical 1v1 clutch there to win this map 1.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have much hope there for Sweet Tea with the 12 HP. Maybe it was going to happen, but Holly Molly looked like they might have wanted to just get on to the next one. We'll go back to our cameras here for a moment so we can stare at each other. But yeah, did not see that one coming. I thought we would have a pretty scrappy matchup between these two teams, but instead just pure ponage from Drugs and Pugs.
Yeah, it was. I didn't expect it to be that one-sided. I'll be honest. I thought Holly Molly was gonna put up a little more of a fight, but you know, sometimes Dust 2's like that.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get into Anubis, which you said Holly Molly is one. It's one of their favorite maps, so hopefully we see some more comfortability coming out of that. But again, Drugs and Pugs will have the option of starting out on the side that they want to start out on, so they can kind of continue to build the momentum the way they have been. This feels like a very uphill battle for Holly Molly.
Are you there? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I think the stream's down.
Is the stream down?
No, I'm griefing. Do not listen to me.
That was a fast one. Okay, the stream seems to be up, but
Yeah, I'm just trolling. Don't worry about me.
But I definitely might have cut out there. The internet is not wonderful here where I'm at. We'll be back to my home setup tomorrow. Not that my internet.
Where are you now?
I'm house sitting for a friend, and he gets back tomorrow, so I'll be home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been here for the last week. So what I was saying, I don't think you heard it. I don't know if the stream heard it. We are going into Anubis, which is Holly Molly's map pick, and you said that they should feel a lot better on that. But what I was also saying is, it being their map pick, Drugs and Pugs get to choose what side they want to start on, and they kind of have that opportunity to continue building this momentum right now. I think this is a really uphill battle, even going into their map pick for Holly Molly. Would you agree?
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, surely Pugs or Drugs and Pugs just instantly rip the T side on Anubis, which is historically a T-sided map. And if they win the pistol round and then maybe the first gun round, like it might just feel like an impossible game to win if you're Holly Molly. And as you said going into this, Holly Molly is a pretty streaky team, and I've witnessed that firsthand as well. And unfortunately, is the first map was streaking the opposite way that they want to be going. So if this keeps up, it might be wraps early.
It just might be. You never know. Well, we will find out. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to cut to a quick break here for just a moment. And when we come back, we will be ready for Anubis and to see if we go to map 3. Stay tuned. Okay, people, I know Fat Rat just came on. We all love him so much. It's not even Fat Rat. It's Def Kev. Never mind. But we all know that song. Anyway, forget I said anything. I don't know what I'm talking about here. We have got our second map here. I am Big D. I'm back here with Cole. Coley Strike. Mango Terrorist. Cole, is there hope? Is there hope for Holly and Molly here?
This pistol round's going to tell me a lot about their mental right now. I can't believe they have absolute on nade bitch duties on pistol. It's looking like a B rush, just a full on. Oh, they're canceling after one smoke. Interesting.
Okay.
They do the good old classic. Oh,
here comes Omu from behind.
It's a temple smoke.
Okay. So they're kind of squeezed in on site here. There is Jay Breezy pressed up close by, but 4v4. Ooh, Jay Breezy's going to get a lot of information. Phased through the smoke, and he's passing that information along. Comes out, actually not able to find anything there. Holly Molly coming through. These dualies are doing work. Flash ET with the 3K on the round, saving the day. Well, Coach Cole, how's the mental?
There's life. There's life.
There is
like
life.
Drugs and Pugs got what they wanted. I actually like that pistol setup where they act like they're A rushing, and basically I think the play was either they commit to the A exec with the Heaven Smoke and double flash, and if they get any resistance at the top of A main, they run back canals to water with the temple smoke that they throw from water as well. So I actually really like that setup, but it was a well done retake by Holly Molly. Let's see what they got. Like I said, they're really comfortable on this map, so.
They are very comfortable, but the bomb went down, so the force buy is here, and the opening kill even more so. Emblem drive-by across the opening, now trying to separate, buy some time with the Molly, but a sea of fire underneath his feet once again. Emblem's had a few of those, gone swimming in the flames here tonight. He did it on Dust 2, and here Sunk to grab one more. It's just Larry last alive, and a wide swing there. Might be a short-lived mental respite.
Yeah, that didn't even feel like a real round that was just played. There's just 4 people fighting B main against each other, and I think Omu got dominated on back pillar by a Mac 10 because he didn't have head armor. Or maybe he did have head armor and I'm just trolling, but he got entryed by a Mac 10 from B main when he was back plat. So
yeah,
it's just one of those games.
I'm not sure what's going on with Holly Molly here. We'll see what happens. They've got their own force buy, flash through the smoke. Larry by himself. This is unfortunate for Holly Molly. Nice dinks from Sweet Tea. Oh, not ready for the follow-up coming through. Jay Breezy punishing. Shots on the Deagle, able to connect one. Omu, it's a 3v2 now. But listening to this rotate from behind, I think Jay Breezy should be able to punish at least one and the second as well. And Drugs and, I mean, it comes down to this, Cole. Drugs and Pugs are hitting their shots, and Holly Molly are not.
I mean, Holly Molly, you got Larry Wick self-flashing through a smoke by himself in mid.
On a force buy.
On a force buy. Like, if you're going to do a mid push like that, that's okay, but
where's your
man,
teammate?
at least do it do it together. That was a tilt play, if it's me. Like, you're... Oh, that was tough.
Might be a bad day. Might be a bad day for Holly Molly. Coach is going to need to step in there and give them a little pep talk.
They might have worked 10 hours today, and they're just not feeling it. It happens. I've been there.
That may be it as well. I mean, 10 p.m. Eastern is very late to be starting a best of 3 in my opinion. That being said, I'm an old man that goes to bed at 9, so you know, my view on that matter may be a little askew. I remember my.
I mean, when things are already going poorly, and then you actually call an eco round setup, and you sack 4 people on A, and the other team just goes B instantly. If it's not one thing, it's another.
If it's not one thing, it's another. Well, and the crowd out here is saying that it's a possibility Luke 4K might be playing for a contract or something. I think that's more commentary on how he's playing here tonight. Just locked in.
Oh,
And
Luke 4K is a legend in the Mythic Diamond parts, from what I've been told.
is he?
Yeah.
That you love to see. All right, 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, if Holly Molly loses this round, I think I'm willing to just call that. Again, I mean, look at this buy from Holly Molly. Omu's on an M4 at armor, nothing else. And he bought head armor this time. He's not getting Mac 10 again. And then Larry Wick's on a FAMAS.
Maybe a good flash here. Maybe a good play. Yes, there's the flash. Omu gonna get one. A good dink on the second, but giving up his life here. Puts it all on Larry Wick, who calls for a rotate. Sweet Tea's going to come to help out, but again, Drugs and Pugs can just take their time here. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and Sunk is very low as well. That dink came through, so they've got to be methodical here, but so much time remaining, and you've pointed out the utility multiple times tonight. Again, Holly Molly have 2 smokes and a molly with 1:10 left here on the clock. I guess that's not quite as bad as it has been, but still not ideal. Some of it's going to have to come into play for the retake, I imagine, but holding on for now. The FAMAS of Larry Wick running low on ammo and eventually going to be put down. That will be the bomb planted, and Flash with the decision. Yeah, I think Drugs and Pugs are screaming through this one.
I mean, I appreciate Drugs and Pugs keeping it simple there. It's a 4v4. You got 4 people grouped outside A main. Let's do an A exec. And Holly Molly have a good idea. They say, okay, we're going to group up. We're going to leave A main. We're going to hedge if they don't come back. We're going to re-clear mid. Unfortunately, Drugs and Pugs just exec into A into an empty site. And now, in order to retake, they're having to run through camera spokes into flashbangs. So, I mean, what do you even do if you're Holly Molly there? Like, what they did wasn't even inherently wrong. They went for an early play, went 1-for-1 and a dink. That's not horrible. And then after that, they're like, okay, we haven't heard anything. Let's go double re-clear mid. And you go to re-clear mid, and you're leaving A alone, and now all of a sudden they're just in A as soon as you go to do that. I mean, like I said, if it ain't one thing, it's another.
Yeah, it certainly is, isn't it? It's a timeout here for Holly Molly, but again, they have to save, and it's just one of those nights where it feels like you said, Drugs and Pugs are getting every perfect read on you, no matter what they do. I mean,
yeah, no, I've been genuinely impressed with Drugs and Pugs and how fast their spaces in reaction to CT plays. It's been, I mean, there's been some questionable stuff here and there, not just by Holly Molly, but there's been some things Drugs and Pugs can tighten up. But I mean, generally they've been really tight in terms of protocols and what they see and where they're taking space in reactions to CT movements. So, like I said, pretty impressive from them.
ooh, I thought Sunk connected that second one for a moment.
It looked good and it felt good.
Ooh, Larry, okay. Speaking of looking good and feeling good, maybe Larry can spring some life into them over the smoke. Jay Breezy, able to keep alive, but very low.
They find this kill on the Flash. This is going to be a really hard round.
Yeah, Flash actually finding some space right now. Has to be careful of that op. Baits out the shot. Larry Wick going down nearby. Sweet Tea with the AK one more time. It's a 1v1 here. Flash trying to get something going for Holly Molly. And just lurking at the edge. What do you call this spot, Cole?
Twists.
Okay. Hanging out here at Twist.
I'm historically, I hate calling naming places after players.
I'm not a big fan of it either, but oh my goodness, Sunk.
One dig.
Spam, one dig. Flawless one dig. A wide swing there. And punished. So a single round is all they get. Drugs and Pugs.
That was as good of a shot as any as Holly Molly was going to get. The Drugs and Pugs took their time going B main, let the A players rotate through canals, and they had a decent setup, but they just didn't trade outright. I mean, it was a 1v1 in the end against not a great buy, but They had that one in the palm of their hands. Looks like they're doing some canals aggression here.
Yes, indeed. Okay, they've got the op on Omu now. But it's just delayed from Drugs and Pugs. Now they're going to get out there. They're going to be able to set up outside of V-Box.
Yep, and Serum knows that they can't be in canals. Absolute is taking a main control. Ooh.
Okay, Sunk. Taking down the camera player. It's just slow, methodical defaults here for Drugs and Pugs.
I mean, they're even doing the little things, right? Like, even there was a really minor thing they did where Jay Breezy was the right side of doors, and he jumped across doors so Sunk could peek deep after he jumped. So it's going to draw a crosshair, and then he gets another pick on another guy walking through a smoke. Or another guy camera. Wow, great shot from Jay Breezy. But like I said, Drugs and Pugs are even doing the little things right. That's something that is so micro, and it didn't end up mattering because there was no one there holding that angle. But if Omu is sitting temple holding that angle, and he sees a guy jump across, he's going to drag his crosshair to try to shoot him through the door. And then Sunk is going to crouch peek after that happens and just shoot him for free. Like, that's high-level stuff that, it makes sense when it's explained, but it's not something you're going to think to do unless you're on a team, you know what I mean, in a competitive environment. So really, really impressive stuff from Drugs and Pugs so far.
Yeah, they're not messing around right now. It's quite exciting to watch. I mean, I as a caster, I always want a little bit more of a back and forth game of Counter-Strike. That's exciting to kind of sink your teeth into. But when a team is playing like this from Drugs and Pugs, it's also really exciting. It just as a player, it's really exciting to watch because, like you said, they're just doing everything right.
And I can appreciate it when it's one team outplaying another team when they're in similar levels in terms of like mechanical skill and depth. It's a different thing if it's a team that's just completely outmatching another one in terms of like raw mechanical skill and where the decisions don't matter as much. But this is a game where you're seeing the decisions are mattering so much because mechanically there's not really a lot separating these two teams.
Right. Because there's still two players on Drug. I mean, Drugs and Pugs has 3 players that are popping off, but it's not like all 5 players for Holly Molly are just flat on their face, not hitting anything ever. They're getting several kills in these rounds. It's just like you said, it comes down to the decision making, and Drugs and Pugs are outplaying them here. This is where the tactics fall into things and actually make a blowout like this exciting to watch.
Correct. And it doesn't hurt when you're shooting pretty hard, too, and the other team might be having what they would consider an off day. So, when you combine all those things, you get 13-2 Dusts and so far a 6-1 Anubis on 6-1 against the other team's map pick. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been really impressive stuff from Drugs and Pugs so far. So, I'm excited to see how well they're playing. I hope they can keep it up.
I hope they can keep it up as well. I'm sure they do as well. Holly Molly still have an opportunity, though. It's still somewhat early in this game. Maybe they get some kind of switch up going and a good read. For now, that Molly is going to fade. It's a push-up canals right now. Canals, as some call it. That might just be me.
I have called it that before, too.
It's a funny name, dude.
It is funny. It is funny.
Big swing on B main there. They actually don't spot anything. Meanwhile, Luke is able to hear it all. An Emblem not able to find anything. There is a double for Flash ET, but now a 3v2. Bomb is left behind, but still time on the clock. And Drugs and Pugs with space here. Jay Breezy might be able to get one of these rotators and make this round even more secure for them.
Yeah, this is when you're in a weird spot defaulting. Absolute is all the way through A. Surely they're just going to take this bomb to A. And it looks like they've crossed through in the smokes, and now the CTs know the jig is up. And that B is not the destination. So, that it got dicey a little bit for Drugs and Pugs just because where the bomb was and where your team is all spread out. That's always kind of scary, but...
It got dicey in their minds. They were never in any danger as we could see on the map, but... Yeah, definitely dicey in their mind. They're not knowing exactly where those two were. Oof,
Nice
sunk.
shot. You can tell he's feeling it.
Yeah, he is. Even on that follow-up there, he had a lot of patience and discipline. It very well could have been a second connection, but a good move from Larry to take at least one player down. But yeah, Drugs and Pugs look like they're on cruise control right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've only had 2 rounds where they've had the bomb detonate, right? So they've killed everyone every other round. And that's when you see it impacting CT economy really hard. And you know, there haven't been any really egregious CT buys, I think, so far. But, you know, it's just, again, we're entering round 9. I think this is the second round of Moose had him up. It's just like, it's really hard to stop the bleeding if you're a CT.
Yeah, well, and now Flash is caught between a rock and a hard place. He gets a good flash and a kill there. Larry able to come out, secure the A main presence. So an opening from the op of Sunk to thin out some numbers on B, but they're going to bolster that here, Holly Molly.
And the CTs have a ton of control with Larry here, but he's going to have to fall out because of the threat of a Rugs player. But they should know, I mean, Absolute's been the A defaulter. They have him killed, but I don't know if they've picked up on him being there all the time. So it's looking like they're just going to rely on Sunk catching a rotate. There it is.
That's a beauty. Flashy T has to... Oh my gosh, you can't get that one. Missed shot as well from Omu. It's all falling apart here for Holly Molly. An 8th round for Drugs and Pugs. Larry is on 42 HP. I think it's in the territory that you can't really be saving, right? Like, your tournament life's on the line. It's map 2. You're down this much. You got to go for this, right?
Yeah, you just rip it. I mean, that's what feels bad, man, if you're Sweet Tea. Like, he wasn't even really going for anything. He was just kind of spamming, and he peeked right before the smoke blew. There's just an op posted on it. I mean, what do you... that's just tough. That's tough. You're up numbers 4v3. You see a smoke down. You're trying to get a cheeky. Oh, I hope they're not gonna look at the smoke before it blooms. Maybe I can catch one off. Being lazy, and so far that's anything but what Drugs and Pugs have been. They've been very methodical, very thorough, and you know, ended up evening the odds there with that pick. So that feels bad, man, if you're Sweet Tea. But again, just well done from Drugs and Pugs.
Yeah. Man, sometimes this is just the way the cookie crumbles. It goes in your favors. It's tough if you're Holly Molly, but you know, some of those like missed shots where he's not getting the kill in E-box there, that's the mental playing into this. That's the momentum that Drugs and Pugs have built up over 2 maps now, where you're just not hitting a shot that you know you normally would be entirely capable of. So Holly Molly need to do something to dig deep and lock in. Otherwise, Drugs and Pugs are marching straight on to the quarterfinals of OSS Season 8 here.
It's looking like it. And I love, I mean, it's so funny. You're looking at the score. Absolute as the A defaulter is 2-4, and he's probably loving every bit of it. He's like, I haven't seen shit. And it does not matter because they are winning every round, and he's doing the right thing. He's taking A main control. He looks like he's popping serum into A main this round. But, I mean, what do you even do if you're Holly Molly when you're just getting kind of rolled like this?
I don't know. I mean, Flash gets one, but that's just the lurk. And now look at this squeeze coming through. There's going to be a rotate from Omu through the smoke, but Zunk is waiting for it. Tech 9 Demon, Merchant, whatever you said earlier. I think it was Merchant. I get a little excited when I start yapping like that.
Dude, the Tech 9's the best gun in the game.
Well, I like where your head's at, but I would argue its CT counterpart of the 5.7 is better.
You can't run and gun with the 5.7 like the Tech, dude. Tech is just... I'd take the
Tech. Is
Tech
it Tech
over
9
this...
one shot headshot at close range?
It is, yes. It's fucking bullshit, but it is.
Maybe the Tech 9 is the better gun then. What do I know?
5.7's great though. It's really
I'm just I've always been a big fan of the 5.7. It was like one of the first guns that I learned how to shoot with in Counter-Strike back on a laptop in 2013, and
I mean, all right. If you put a gun in my head and said choose Mac 10 and Tech 9 versus MP9 and 5.7, I'd probably choose the MP9 and the 5.7 because the MP9 is better, is really good too. But
yeah, you do have to be very, very close to them to shoot them with the Tech 9 one-shot headshot, but I think it's the same for the 5.7, so Iggy pointed that out here in chat for us.
yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Drugs and Pugs, just pure domination, non-stop. They've let up 3 rounds out of the last 26, 25.
Flash has a lot of info, but it's looking like we got 4 people B main just popping out, and Omu's in a horrible spot right now. Is it looking all?
Well, but
nice shot though.
This is where Oppers thrive, is in those horrible spots. Maybe the highlight reel coming through. Absolute going to be a thorn in the back. Get a lot of information here. They know at least 3 players are over here, so they're just backing away. Absolute's pressed all the way up. There is going to be the rotate of Sweet Tea coming through mid. Has to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, mid and A were gapped for a really long time. They just have to dedicate players to it now if they want any chance. And there goes Sunk.
Yeah, Omu trying to get information on B main.
I mean, now it's a 4v3. You have mid control. This is looking like an A split. They're just going to wait for this mid rotator.
Oh, my goodness. Jay Breezy, one more time.
I don't know if they heard him. Man, this has got to feel bad if you're Sweet Tea again. You're in a good spot. You make a good mid-ground rotate. You hear this guy. You're like, oh, I have the A guy. I have him. And then he just instantly runs away and goes back to mid.
I mean, we talked
about... And they plant A. I mean, they're just doing everything right.
Right, that's what I was going to say, is we talked about the fact that, like, this is much more of a tactical gap than, like, a mechanic gap or, like, skill gap by any means. Like, this is just Drugs and Pugs making all the right decisions tonight. Is this the kind of thing where Holly Molly goes back looking at a demo like this and is like, there's something to learn from these games? Or is it kind of like, you know what? Wasn't our night. Let's wash our hands of it and be confident in our Anubis on another day?
Probably a little bit of A, a little bit of B. I mean, like, Sweet Tea did everything right in that spot. And it's like the basketball thing where it's just like, well, perfect offense beats perfect defense. And I think that was exactly what that was. Sweet Tea did the right thing. He put himself in a good spot to break that split. If there was an A split to come, he heard the guy throwing nades from Rugs, thought he had a free kill. And what does Absolute do? He throws his nades away and rotates all the way around and regroups with Sunk, who had just killed a guy at B. So, I mean, like I said, it's just they can't really catch a break, and any opportunities that they have are being, taken out by Drugs and Pugs being so smart with how they're playing.
Seriously. Well,
I hate this. I hate what Larry Wick's doing. I absolutely hate it.
Not a huge fan of this one either. We'll see what happens. He gets the flash. The smoke does go down, buys themselves a little bit of space. And they have one more opportunity on this CT side to try to cook something. I mean, hey, it's a T-sided map. Let's maybe there's that. I don't think it's this T-sided anymore. And as a matter of fact, if you watch the major, I think it was actually fairly CT-sided. But now the execute coming through. Larry Wick not able to find anything, dancing around in a smoke. Omu evens things out for a moment, 1-for-1s, but eventually the numbers fall in the favor of Drugs and Pugs. This bomb going down, spotted out on the smoke push. It looks like Holly Molly might want to try to get this done. Good kills from Emblem, but Luke 4K eventually making the trade. 11-1. Holly Molly able to get a total of 3 rounds in 3 halves across 2 maps here. It's as the most uphill battle that you can get, save for 1 round here, I guess.
I mean, shit. What do you even do? Larry gets the smoke down, doesn't even matter. And why I think that's bad, by the way, it's you're basically banking on them walking up or not walking up. If they walk up in contact and they're on a right eye peak on that angle, so they see you first. If you're jiggling that, and you like, at least if you're gonna do that, keep your gun out and then just run away and smoke like he did, because you see he still ran away to throw the smoke. Oh, there, mid pop.
Okay. pretty
fast
good.
camera, or are they going through the smoke into Temple?
Through the smoke into Temple. It's a nice move.
I think they ran this against us when we played them.
It's a good move. I think I've seen them do this before. I mean, I've seen other teams do this as well, where you just take that mid space and then leave the CTs guessing as to which way you're going.
I've seen that where they go and they do what Larry Wick's doing, where they just wrap into heaven on A.
I like this around.
It makes the rotates really, really long for the CTs. The CTs have appropriately reacted where they push through A main, so they know that there's no split from canals, that if they're coming to A, it's through heaven or through mid. The B players are feeling a lot of pressure, though, because they haven't cleared B main, so they're in a really tough spot. And Serum is in a brutal spot right now, based on where the T's are coming from, so...
Yep.
They saw an elbow. I think they saw an elbow.
Didn't react to it. Omu does find one, and now they know where one more is. Omu, 3 on the round, trying to get his team back into this sunk with a headshot. And it looks like Holy Moly. They at least got pistol rounds on Anubis here.
They got it. I think they got a pistol round on Dust too. I think they're going to be 3 for 4 on pistol rounds.
They did get one pistol round on. Did they?
I believe so. Yeah.
No.
Am I trolling?
Because they got a save round on Dust 2, and then they got the last round of the first half on Dust 2. But they only got 2 rounds.
Those were the only rounds they got. Okay, you're right.
Oh, Sunk's over here tapping the bomb, making them wonder what's going on. Okay, but perhaps signs of life. You never know. Drugs and Pugs probably going to save it up and not force buy here, I imagine.
No, they got oh yeah. Yeah. I'm personally, if I'm IGLing Drugs and Pugs, you're up this many rounds on CT side, you think the other team's reeling a little bit, I'm forcing here. So I like this call from Drugs and Pugs, but there's two schools of thought. It's like, if you win this round, like, the game's over no matter what, right? And the other school of thought is, well, we have a bunch of rounds, let's play it normal and just get ready to get ready for guns. But
yes, exactly. Well, hold on now. 5-7 doing the work. Double kill, and Jay Breezy with one as well. It's a 3v2, and he's a little backed up here. One more help from Absolute, and Sweet Tea's going to find 2, but swinging around, Absolute finishes the job. And there it is. That is the force buy going in their favor. A Galil saved, and 1 round away from moving on to the quarterfinals here.
yeah, that's pretty bad. It's rough.
Timeout called.
Maybe for what?
I don't know. Got to talk about this. You got to call something. You got to have something up your sleeve. I mean, Omu's got an AK from those 3 kills on the first round. He doesn't have head armor, which is dangerous against 4 MP9s in a Galil. It's looking like lights out for him, honestly.
I guess get your buy right, but ooh, this is dire.
Meanwhile, Drugs and Pugs, full belt of utility across the board.
I would have liked to seen another rifle up here from Drugs and Pugs, because you know you're going to go against a full buy. Because they have to force, right? So the likelihood of you going against head armor is high, or the MP9s aren't going to be as good. Looks like we're getting a fast A play, and Absolute is going to shred them with that nade.
We'll see. Okay, hold on now. Mac 10 doing a little bit of work. Luke 4K with his own MP9. Here they come, though. Sunk lining them up, knocking them down, getting ready to knock them right out of OSS Season 8. Omu last alive. Tech 9 in hand, gonna lurk through this smoke, but surely this is all she wrote for Holly Molly. A hail of utility coming through. Omu gonna make his appearance known, and that will be it. Drugs and Pugs, back-to-back games. We're going back to the cameras here with 13-2 score lines. 2-0 victory. Absolute domination here tonight to move on.
Wow. I mean, yeah, they got throttled. I don't know if there's anything more or less to it. Drugs and pugs and tugs. All of the Uggs. I mean, that was just a thorough slapping on both maps. I don't know if there's anything more to be said about that. Drugs and pugs just played good Counter Strike tonight.
They really did. That was wild to watch.
I
Well,
mean, Sunk was on a heater. He had 40 kills across two maps where the maps only got to 15 rounds. So,
and Drugs and Pugs are now going on to play Cooking Esports in the quarterfinals here in the next round. Are you familiar with Cooking Esports at all? I know I'm.
that is Hambuka's on that team, right?
That's Hambuga's team. That is correct.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a solid team too. I mean, if Drugs and Pugs play against them like they played tonight, I don't know if there's a world where they lose to them. They played lights out.
Yeah, if they can keep doing that. But I mean, we talked about it too. Holly Molly, they're an outstanding team. We were talking about it in the break and at the beginning of Dust 2 there before the series got underway. They're an outstanding team. We've seen them do really great things, and tonight was not like some skill gap between these teams, but every once in a while you also see them show up, and it's just a flat performance. And unfortunately, that combined with the incredible decision making of Drugs and Pugs tonight just has lightning fast 2-0. Here we thought we'd be going into the next business day for you, and
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my buddy Ross for getting me out early tonight.
which one's Ross?
That's absolute.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right, folks. Well, that's gonna do it for us down here. Cole, you got any plugs you want to shout out before we take off?
I mean, shout out to Drugs and Pugs. Shout out to Absolute and Jay Breezy. Sunk had a hell of a match. I don't know Luke 4K and Serum all that well, but good job tonight. You guys played balled out of their minds.
I like that. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Congratulations to Drugs and Pugs, and we are out.